10 Weird and Shocking Facts About Halloween. 1. Halloween originally came from the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain, where people believed that ghosts of the dead returned to Earth on October 31st. Long ago, in the deep valleys of ancient Celtic lands, there existed a festival known as Samhain. This mystical event marked the coming of the harvest season's end and ushered in the dark, frost-laden embrace of winter. But it held an even deeper significance. It was believed that on the eve of October 31st, the boundary between the spirit world and the living world dissolved. The ancient Celts held steadfast in their belief that the ghosts of the departed returned to Earth to roam among the living. Thus, they celebrated Samhain with bonfires and rituals, seeking protection from these otherworldly visitors, while also paying homage to their ancestors and seeking guidance for the dark and uncertain times ahead. As nightfall draped the land in an enchanting shroud, the air grew heavy with a mix of both trepidation and excitement. Families adorned their houses with carved turnips, lit by flickering candles, to ward off any malevolent spirits that may attempt to enter. People wore costumes made of animal hides and masks carved from wood, disguising themselves from the wandering souls who had crossed the veil. Dancing around the communal bonfire, they chanted ancient chants and offered sacrifices of food and drink, hoping to appease the spirits and ensure the safety of their crops for the coming year. With hearts aflame with both fear and reverence, the Celts embraced the ethereal connection between the living and the dead, their souls intertwined in a dance of darkness and light on this sacred night of Samhain, the progenitor of the modern Halloween. 2. Halloween is the second highest grossing commercial holiday after Christmas. Americans alone spend nearly $9 billion on Halloween every year. Halloween has emerged in recent years to become a major event globally, but in America, it is a complete spectacle. It has grown from being just a celebration of the dead to a massive commercial holiday. It is second only to Christmas in terms of financial impact, as Americans alone spend nearly $9 billion on Halloween each year. From the spooky decorations to the elaborate costumes, Halloween has become a massive industry involving a whole array of products and services. It seems nothing is too much when it comes to celebrating this festival of dark magic and ghostly apparitions. The abundance of spending on Halloween is a reflection of its growing significance in modern cultures. For retailers, this holiday is a great opportunity to increase sales and profits, as people look for costumes, decorations, and spooky treats. Halloween is now a widespread celebration in America, and businesses capitalize on the market they know they have waiting for them. The impressive sums spent on Halloween every year is a testament to the extent of the festivities, as well as the consumer's desire to create a unique, memorable experience for themselves and their loved ones. 3. According to tradition, a person born on Halloween has the ability to communicate with spirits and see into the future. In folklore, Halloween bears several superstitions, one of them being that those born on the day have an uncanny connection to the spirit world. According to tradition, individuals born on Halloween possess the uncanny ability to see beyond the veil separating the living world from the dead, which means they can communicate with the spirits that still wander in the earthly realm. Many cultures view such people as special, even blessed, possessing a unique spiritual ability. For centuries, they have been thought to be natural mediums who possess a gift that can help people communicate with their departed loved ones. Those born on Halloween also have a reputation of being able to predict events in the future. Such insight into the unknown is viewed as a manifestation of their mystical abilities. People born on Halloween are considered to be extremely intuitive and attuned to the spiritual energies that encompass the world. Their natural awareness often allows them to perceive another realm of consciousness that others can't, and as such, they are seen as mystics and seers. Overall, the stories and legends surrounding people born on Halloween are still very much prevalent in many cultures, further cementing the magical appeal and mystery of this holiday. 4. Black cats are often associated with Halloween, but during the Middle Ages, they were believed to be witches' familiars and were sometimes killed because of this belief. Black cats are a common symbol of Halloween, often featured in decorations, costumes and spooky tales. However, their association with the holiday goes back much further than that and has some dark and troubling roots. During the Middle Ages, black cats were widely believed to be witches' familiars, or animal companions who helped them carry out dark magic and evil deeds. Because of this belief, black cats were often persecuted and killed, especially during times of widespread witch hunts and witchcraft hysteria. While the superstitions and beliefs that led to the persecution of black cats in the past may seem obsolete today, their legacy lives on in the modern-day celebration of Halloween. For many people, black cats remain an iconic and eerie part of the holiday, and their connection to witches and witchcraft is still a powerful symbol of magic, mystery and the supernatural. Whether you love them or fear them, black cats have become an indelible part of Halloween's rich and complex history, and their allure and intrigue continue to captivate people of all ages. 5. In Mexico, they celebrate a similar festival called Dia de los Muertos, where they honor the dead with brightly colored costumes and parades. In many cultures around the world, there is a deep reverence for the dead, and celebrations are often held to honor and remember those who have passed on. In Mexico, the traditional festival of Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead, held on the 1st and 2nd of November each year, is a vibrant and exuberant celebration of life and death. During this time, families gather to pay their respects to their loved ones who have passed away, with brightly colored costumes, parades, and elaborate altars adorned with flowers, candles, food, and drink. Dia de los Muertos is a time of joy and remembrance, where people believe the souls of the loved ones they have lost return to the land of the living for a brief time. This is why the celebrations are so vibrant and colorful, with music, dance, and food all forming part of the festivities. For many, it is a way of keeping the memory of their ancestors alive and passing down their traditions and beliefs to future generations. The Dia de los Muertos festival is a beautiful example of how different cultures honor the dead in their very own unique way. 6. The concept of wearing costumes on Halloween originated from the ancient practice of dressing up as ghosts to avoid being recognized by real ghosts. Halloween is a time of year shrouded in mystery and intrigue. It's a time when people of all ages have the chance to dress up as ghouls, ghosts, and goblins, and scare each other silly. But why do we wear costumes on Halloween, and where did this tradition begin? The answer can be traced back to ancient times when people believed that the souls of the dead walked among the living on the eve of All Saints' Day. To avoid being recognized by these wandering souls, people would don disguises and dress up in costumes, hoping to blend in unnoticed. Over time, this tradition evolved and became associated with Halloween, with people now dressing up as all manner of spooky creatures, from witches and skeletons to vampires and werewolves. Today, Halloween costumes are a fun way to celebrate the holiday and a chance for people to show off their creativity and imagination, with the added bonus of being able to scare their friends and family in the process. 7. The word Halloween comes from All Hallows' Eve, which means the day before All Saints' Day, a Christian holiday. The word Halloween has its origins in Christian tradition, but the holiday as we know it today has evolved into something more eclectic and diverse. Halloween is a celebration that combines many different traditions and beliefs, making it a unique holiday that's celebrated all over the world. From costume parties and trick-or-treating to pumpkin carving in haunted houses, there's something for everyone on Halloween, regardless of their religious beliefs. Despite its Christian origins, Halloween has become a secular holiday that's enjoyed by people of all faiths and cultures. It's a time to dress up, have fun, and let loose, with people young and old embracing the spooky spirit of the season. While the origins of Halloween may be rooted in religious tradition, the holiday has evolved into something much more inclusive and universal, reflecting the diverse communities that celebrate it around the world. 8. In Scotland, one traditional Halloween game is called Dukin for apples, where people try to catch apples with their teeth while they are floating in a basin of water. Halloween is a time of year when spooky traditions and customs are celebrated all over the world. In Scotland, one of the most popular Halloween games that is enjoyed by both young and old is called Dukin for apples. The aim of the game is simple: Place a number of apples into a basin of water and then try to grab them with your teeth while your hands are tied behind your back. While it may sound like a simple game, do-kin for apples has a long history and is believed to have originated from ancient pagan traditions. Apples were seen as a symbol of fertility and abundance, and by catching them with your teeth, you were thought to be bringing good luck and prosperity to yourself and your loved ones. Whether you are a child playing do-kin for apples for the first time, or an adult reliving the traditions of their childhood, this simple Halloween game continues to be an enjoyable and entertaining part of Scottish culture. 9. In the late 1800s, Halloween pranks became so widespread and destructive that parents and city officials began encouraging the practice of trick-or-treating as a way to curb vandalism. Halloween has a long and fascinating history, and many of its traditions and customs can be traced back hundreds of years. However, it wasn't until the late 1800s that the concept of trick-or-treating began to emerge, as a way to combat the widespread vandalism and destruction that had come to characterize the holiday. By encouraging children to go door to door asking for treats, parents and city officials hope to redirect their energy towards a more positive and constructive activity. Although trick-or-treating might seem like an innocuous tradition today, in its early days, it was a symbol of a much larger social movement seeking to create a sense of community and social responsibility. It offered an opportunity for people to connect with their neighbors, share in the spirit of the season, and demonstrate their commitment to making their community a safe and enjoyable place for everyone. Even as the holiday has evolved over time, the practice of trick-or-treating remains a central and beloved aspect of Halloween celebrations all over the world. 10. The largest pumpkin ever recorded weighed in at 2,624 pounds. Pumpkins are synonymous with Halloween, and for many, the bigger they are, the better. But did you know that the world's largest pumpkin can weigh over 1 ton? Yes, you read that right. The largest pumpkin ever recorded weighed in at an astounding 2,624 pounds. This mammoth pumpkin was grown by a farmer from Belgium and broke the previous world record by over 200 pounds. Growing gargantuan pumpkins of this size requires considerable expertise, patience, and a little bit of luck. Farmers employ specific techniques and methods that involve planting the seeds at specific times and in particular soils. Other factors, such as fertilizers and sufficient water and sunlight, are also essential in getting pumpkins to reach their full potential. It is always a great fascination to many to see pumpkins of all shapes and sizes on display during the Halloween period, with some places even hosting competitions to see who has the biggest one. Some people may even try to grow their own record breaker in their back garden, hoping to make Halloween an even more memorable occasion.